Hello, welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today we're going to be making coffee soap. And one of the things I do to make coffee soap is coffee grounds in there, so this will have a gentle exfoliating feel. Let me show you if it comes up on camera. This is a very fine grind, and these are coffee grounds that have already been brewed. So a lot of the coffee has been leached out of them. It makes them a little smoother. So what I do is I use a French press when I make my coffee every day. As after I'm done with the coffee, I put the grounds on parchment paper in the oven at a low temperature and dry them out so they're dry. But I think that it makes less of a coffee bleed out color in the soap. Like sometimes if you use fresh coffee grounds, they'll have like little halo around them. It's cute. If you want that, that's a great way to get it, but I don't. So I use already brewed coffee grounds. And then for my Lye solution, I will use a coffee solution. So this is already going to have a sort of caramely color to it because the coffee Lye solution and then the grounds in there, but I want to do an activated charcoal swirl. It just sounded pretty to me because we're working in shades of browns and blacks. So I thought charcoal would be perfect for this. Make a pop of color. Charcoal is wonderful for your skin. It's beautiful in soap. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm going to be using an essential oil blend to scent this soap, and we'll talk about that when we get into it. So let me get everything pulled together and let's come back and make some coffee soap. All right, guys, we're back, and let's get our oils and butters prepped to make this coffee soap. And this is a new recipe. It's tweaked from the sea moss and aloe soap I did last month, and I loved it so much, so I did a little tweaking, but it's a new recipe I'm sharing. So we got to start with coconut oil. Let me go get that. We're going to do 10.8 ounces or 306 grams of coconut oil. All right, let me tear out my scale. Our next ingredient is palm oil. I need 5.4 ounces or 153 grams of palm. And if you don't like to use palm oil, you could replace it with another hard oil. But if you do change the recipe, you have to run the numbers through Soap Calc. Because the lye ratio could change. Like coconut oil and palm oil don't have the exact same fatty acid makeup. They have a different saponification value. And so if you want to change the recipe, run it through Soap Calc. But let me go get my palm oil right now. All right, and the next thing going in here is mango butter, and I need 1.8 ounces or 51 grams of mango butter. All right, now it's time for the liquid portion of our soap recipe, and I did pre-melt the hard butters just because that's how I prefer to do it. So the first liquid is castor oil, and I need 1.8 ounces or 51 grams of castor oil. Okay, and the next oil is avocado oil. I got this one from Soaper's Choice. Many different places sell avocado oil, and you can get it in the grocery store pretty easily, and it's wonderful in soap. And that's the change from my last soap recipe is I'm adding some avocado oil. I need 3.6 ounces or 102 grams. And the last liquid oil today is my high oleic sunflower oil. I got this at Costco, and it's a much better price than olive oil, and I have really been enjoying it. None of my soaps have gotten DOS, dreaded orange spots, because of the high oleic. So I have been loving using sunflower oil. So I need 12.6 ounces or 357 grams. Okay, we are back, and it's soap additives time, but before I get into that, let's talk about the essential oil blend I'm using today. What I have here is a blend of lavender, peppermint, and cedarwood, and I have 1.6 ounces total or 45 grams of essential oil blend. And so what I've got going on here is, let me hold these up, I have 50% lavender, I have 40% peppermint, and 10% cedarwood, and this just sort of amplifies the fragrances, the lavender and the mint, It kind of heightens the scent, and I love it. And so that is what is in my little special sauce here. And oh, it just smells really good. So that being said, let's get to our additives. I decided to do heavy cream powder. This is a tablespoon of heavy cream powder because I love cream in my coffee, and this is a coffee soap. That's the only reason I'm throwing it in here. Plus, I love milks in soaps. I think they just add a little something special. So in goes 1 tablespoon of heavy cream powder. I'm going to go ahead and put my coffee grounds in here, even though they won't suspend until we reach a trace, but I want coffee grounds in everything. So I have a tablespoon of my brewed coffee grounds going in. And then I have my kaolin clay and my colloidal oats. And again, a tablespoon. I'm not measuring precisely. This is a 2 tablespoon scoop, so about half full of the kaolin clay. And same with the oats, about half full, about a tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and put my essential oils right in here. I want them to kind of blend and adhere to the kaolin clay. I think kaolin clay is supposed to help extend the scent life of your essential oils. And technically, I should have mixed it off to the side. I don't know why it makes a difference, but this is how I'm doing it today. Smells so good. And now let's get this blended up, and we'll get on with our coffee lye solution. All right, and we are back with our coffee lye solution. Let me tell you what I've got going on in my little pot here. I have 11 ounces or 312 grams of liquid. And so what I did was I had my morning coffee. I saved off a little bit. This is about 3/4 coffee and 1/4 water. So I had to bump up the volume with water because I didn't have quite enough coffee for this. But that's what's in the pot here for the liquid portion. And then I did put a teaspoon of cane sugar in here and dissolved it. And then my sodium hydroxide lye, I have 5.13 ounces or 146 grams of sodium hydroxide. And I put a pinch of Tussa silk fibers and sodium lactate in here. And sodium lactate goes in at a rate of 1 teaspoon per pound of oils. So I know that's a lot going on in here, my little magical pot, and there it is. So let's get it in here. You can see how blonde this is on top because all of my coffee grounds have sunk to the bottom. So the thing that I want to go for is to get this up to a nice light trace where the coffee will stay suspended. I don't want it to all sink to the bottom of my soap. And then I do have my activated charcoal and an extra pot off to the side here so we can do a color swirl in here. It just sounded really nice. Let me quit talking and let's get to making soap. are back. It is the next day, and look how pretty that is, and it smells so good. This essential oil blend is divine. I am loving it, and I can see the coffee grounds in the light portion, and I'm so happy. So let me tell you, I did put this through gel phase, which means I set it on my heating pad. Here is my little sunbeam heating pad, pretty low tech. It's got a low, medium, and high. I put it on medium, and I put a cooler over the top of this. So it sits on here with a cooler over the top, and I leave the heat on here for about an hour or two. Then I turn the heat off and just let it sit overnight. So it goes through gel phase. Let's talk about what gel phase is. I get asked often, what is gel phase and why do you want to do it? So first of all, you don't need to go through gel phase. In fact, some people really don't like it. They prefer not gelling. And what gel phase is it warms the soap up and it kind of speeds up the saponification process. It basically cooks. It's almost like doing a hot process in your mold. So it just speeds up saponification. I think it helps unmold a little bit firmer the next day. When I don't gel, I like to let my soap sit for about 48 hours. This is 24 hours and I can get it out of here. It's just what I've always done, so I'm used to it. So I prefer gel phase, but one is not better than the other. And whether I gel or not, I give it a full cure time. So it doesn't affect your cure time. It's just a personal preference. Some people, if they have milks in their soap, they will pour their soap, get it all ready, and put it in the refrigerator because they don't want gel phase. It can affect the colors in your soap too when you're using micas. No gel soap has a little more pastel edge, and gelled soaps will have a little more vibrant colors. So there's a couple different factors. Also, I did come in earlier today and I steamed the top. I'll leave a link down below for my very favorite steamer. It's a clothing steamer, and I just ran it across because activated charcoal is notorious for looking dull on top or getting soda ash. I don't know why that is, but a little bit of steaming brightens it up and shines it up and makes it beautiful. So steamed, gelled, that's what we've got here. Let's get it out of the mold and see how those swirls came out on the inside. Back with the lovely Olga. I love my multi-bar cutter. So let's get into here. I'm very anxious to see how those swirls came out. I think they're going to be pretty. This essential oil blend and the recipe and everything, it was not a fast trace, but it moved along very nicely, very easy to work with, but it wasn't slow trace. So I loved it. I thought, the whole combination was fun to work with. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, it's going to be pretty. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's pretty. Now it's a little darker on the inside and lighter on the outside and the top. So I have a feeling as these are exposed to air, this is going to lighten up a little. If it doesn't, that's fine. I think it looks very coffee-ish, but super happy. Oh, yay. And again, this essential oil blend is divine. It smells really, really nice. Now, I did pour at a nice medium trace, and so the coffee grounds are very evenly dispersed through here. I'm really glad to see that. I didn't have any settling, which, I talked about that. I didn't want them all to sink. If you poured this at a light trace, you could end up with a whole bottom of coffee grounds. Did not want that. So, yeah, trace was good. Fragrance is amazing. And the avocado oil in here, I think, is just really nice. It has great label appeal if you're marketing your soaps. People love avocado oil. So I am very happy with how these came out. This was a fun batch to make. I've been enjoying making smaller batches. I don't know. I really loved making the big batches for a while, and it's been really fun for me to kind of mix it up and do smaller batches now. So just keeping it fresh. So like I mentioned when I was talking about gel phase, I will give these a full cure time, which is about 4 to 6 weeks. I have to pause there. Somebody thought I said 46 weeks. Well, you certainly could cure your soaps for 46 weeks, but I'm saying 4 to 6 weeks is my typical cure time. That's just what I'm comfortable with. And that's a debatable subject. Some people like to move their soaps along faster than that, and that is a choice you can make. I think after 6 weeks, they just last a little longer, and that's just kind of, again, not that I'm stuck in a rut, but you just kind of develop a way of doing things. So with the gel phase and the 4 to 6 cure time, 6 weeks cure time is just kind of the way that I do things, and that's what I'm used to. I guess I'm a creature of habit. So these feel pretty firm, but I'm going to let them sit here and oxidize. Hopefully, we'll see if this lightens up a little bit. Let them sit for a few hours. Once they're exposed to the air, they get very firm feeling rather quickly, and then I will come in and do the beveling and the stamping on the sides like I do. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you give it a try. If you're having fun working with avocado oil or sunflower oil, I would love to hear it. Leave a comment down below, and have a wonderful day.